Like you said, exclamation point arrive in chat. Go check out all their socials. Go check out the Discord. Hit them up. Help them help you reduce your lag and work with your ISPs to get you a better gaming experience across board. But we are going to be looking to hop into our match here. Everyone is set up. Looks like our first map is going to be Ascent yet again. As everyone's getting ready for this one, looks like we're gonna be heading to agent selection here. And I mean, at Soko, we talked about it earlier. Normally Ascent is the decider map, and here we are yet again with Ascent as our first map.
Yeah, again, very interesting, but it also goes to say, or rather goes without saying, that Ascent, very popular. Everybody seems to like it. I can't disagree.
I mean, it's a good map. It's a good map for everything. It's very equal. You get to see kind of what each team is capable of. As I really hope Spyro's not just hovering that, and that is going to be the agent we get to see. One of my favorites to watch because they are so good at controlling just one site, and it is locked in. Let's go.
Now, you see, this was actually going to be a point that I was going to bring up the first time we were here, and that was, where is KJ? I'm wondering where the Killjoy was that entire time. By the way, the KJ KO combo goes litty on Ascent, so watch out. Watch out for this combo.
I feel like that combo goes insane pretty much anywhere. Like, they can just lock down so much of the map for you and allow you to roam a little bit more freely around your mid play and get a couple lurks going. Because I mean, KJ can lock down an entire site all on her own, and then just having that little backup of KO being close enough to stop the abilities is just an absolutely insane combo that I'm surprised more people don't run, even in comp.
Well, you see, the thing is that, you know, it's definitely a combo that you want to run, but I think it's most viable on Ascent. So you're not going to see it like every single time. Like you're not going to see it on Bind. You're not going to see it on Fracture. But on Ascent, the KO KJ combo just goes absolutely insane. But we're looking at the comp from the other side now as well. You know, you got to give credit to, of course, UOC being able to take the dub in the last series, and they're coming into this one fresh. They already had a great matchup on Ascent, so they're warmed up. They might have a little bit of an early advantage here, being that they literally just played on this map.
Yeah, and I mean, we aren't seeing the KO from them this time as they played it last time. So I wonder why the change there, as it worked out so well for them in the first match.
Yeah, they're going to be going double heals here. Again, they're bringing Sky and they're bringing the Sage, but look at the peek from Egg in the Sky. Not being able to get the elimination, as now it is a 3v3 as ARN will be getting the plant down on the boatyard.
Yeah, nice plant there. They're trying to get the angles, and I feel like B post plant for attackers is such a tough position to play. Nice double kill coming out there from Jort. Spyro's gonna be caught in the corner. Jort peeking this one. He's gonna get taken out by Spyro, and Spyro with the double. What a patient play. Huge play there from Spyro.
Hey, that's just Spyro with KJ doing KJ things. KJ go brazy. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, there you have it. Already a 3-piece coming from Spyro there in round number 1. Off to a fantastic start, and with a little bonus econ. He's going to be going with the Sheriff here in round number 2. Is actually going to give it to the Omen, and they're going to break out the Spectre. Okay, so somewhat of a half buy coming from the attackers here in round 2.
Yeah, but you got Mystic Mac rocking the Bulldog. That's an interesting play here, especially in the second round. And he's just going to be spraying onto sight. The hard push A. Nice kill from Mafino on to Jort. And they don't know. Gaslighter's lurking up there, just slow playing this one, waiting for their team to rotate through. And what a patient player, as most of us would just be pushing out already.
Well, Spyro going to be holding it back down over towards A main, and you can see Mystic Mac getting yet another elimination with the Bulldog. I've said it once and I'll say it a million and more times. The Bulldog is the most underrated weapon in Valorant, and there you have it. It will be a flawless victory once again for the attackers, going up 2-0 over UOC.
Yeah, and let's take a second to appreciate Spyro's crosshair here. Just a little circle, a little white circle, absolutely clean. I love it. That's been one of my favorite parts of Valorant, let's be honest, is just seeing everybody's random crosshairs, especially the massive ones. But there's something to be said about the nice little classic ones there. And I mean, this is kind of starting out the same way it did for UOC last time, right? Like they dropped down 2 early rounds and ended up down 2 going into the half here. And so if you're UOC, you can't be too worried about your start. It feels like you just start out a little slow, but against this Astral team, like they are a very, very solid team from top to bottom who play a lot of tournaments together and a little bit different than Lapras.
Well, let's see how they play this one out here in the bonus round. This is going to be a huge round for either side. You have got to come through and get the dub. If you're on the side of UOC, this is where you've got to come up big with the stop, because if you allow them to secure the bonus round, it's only going to make your job that much harder for the first half. As you see, Spyro definitely knows someone is going for the flank, and they're able to get the elimination on Crazy Bum. And the player advantage goes the way of Astro early on here in round 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bold play from Crazy Bum, pushing in with the Vandal, knowing everyone's stacked A. You have to figure someone's sitting right there watching that angle. As Aesthetic Sock trying to get a turn on here, he's going to trade out Mystic Mac, and Syrup Slurper getting traded out there. Good kill, but I mean, it's a 4v3 right now, and what it looked like it was going to be an econ play here for Astral, they are just taking it to UOC right now.
Yep, that they are. And now you can see Spyro already setting down the util on top of the spike, which again is what makes KJ so dangerous on this map. They are eliminated by Egg in the Sky, who picks up a 2-piece from Heaven. And now they have a 3v2 advantage as they move in for the retake. Egg in the Sky with 3, dropping down from Heaven to get that elimination, and that's going to be a this round denied by the University of Calgary.
Yeah, nice shot there from Egg in the Sky, just seeing an absolute sliver of a player and able to get the kill, and a good retake coming out there from UOC. They really needed that round. They needed that good retake where it felt like it was going to go Astral's way after those couple picks. But I mean, they were back to relying on their gun skills, which have been absolutely phenomenal so far once they get them rolling. But it almost feels like, even though it's early in the match, Spyro is going to be the one they have to watch out for, as he's already 5-1 going into round 4 here.
Again, this is really not having to do with anything, but I love Egg in the Sky skins. The melee skin, the Vandal skin, it just all looks nice. These are skins that I'm not willing to pay for, but if I was willing to pay, these would be the ones that I would buy.
Let's not worry about how much I spent on a game I barely play.
Skins get wins. It's law. Skins get wins.
Absolutely. I mean, Glitch Pop is one of my favorite skins. It's just so clean, so nice, but we're seeing a mid push come out here. And I mean, for Aesthetic Sock, who is sitting there at mid, everyone's pushing in on him. He's going to be drawing fire. ARN, nice kill there. 2 still sitting mid, or 3 still sitting mid. Egg in the Sky trying to get the quick rotate. Crazy Bum, nice 2K there. As this one's going to get pushed around. Crazy Bum now trying to push up. Gets the headshot as Mafino. Nice kill there. He's bouncing back and forth. Can't finish off Gaslighter, and that could be to a detriment, as it's 2v2 now, 38 seconds to go.
Well, here we go. Looking for the cheeky peek. Mafino able to get one, and now it's a good old-fashioned 1v1 KJ versus Sky. Now, keep in mind, Spyro was able to clutch up, previously being the last player left standing. Let's see if they could do it again, as Jort does send out the doggo. It does connect. And here comes Jort trying to make the push. Does get pointed out by the bot. And now the elimination from Spyro. It sticks. And yet again, Spyro comes up clutch for Astral.
Yeah, nice peek there from Spyro. Just peeking soon enough where, I mean, honestly, in that situation, it looked like Jort was starting to turn back to the left where Spyro was going to peek out of. And Spyro just barely gets the drop, but already has an early ult here going into round 5. Spyro and Mystic Mac, who's sitting at 3-3, looks like they're going to... Mystic Mac looks like he's probably going to pop his knives here, as he's low on econ. Could be a huge play, especially with Spyro having the lockdown. May just drop it in the corner, put down sight, and see if they can get another one here and go up 4-1.
Yeah, and look at this Blade Storm coming out oh so early already. Let's see if they can make good use of it as the attacker Killjoy does go down. And that should clear sight, at least momentarily, as the dog does get put down. I'm sorry, the dog was rabid. I had to put it down.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, if you're Gaslighter, you could have probably pushed through quick there and get in the corner. Not expecting anyone to be there. Gaslighter has that. Marshall just trying to take pop shots, thinking someone's along those boxes. Mystic Mac knows two are there, just waiting to finish them off with the knives. And now in a post-plant situation here again for UOC, who were so good last round on these retakes. See if they're going to be able to do it again. And oh, they get shut down before it can even get started.
Oh yeah, shut down quick, fast, and in a hurry. And now Syrup Slurper able to put down Jort, and it looks like Aesthetic Sock will meet the same fate. Now, one thing that was interesting there is that two Blade Storms had both been popped. You had the Blade Storm, of course, coming from Mystic Mac, and then Crazy Bum as well, and that went the way of Mystic Mac, being able to get a two-piece there up in heaven. And it's just so nice to see those type of standoffs when you have Blade Storm versus Blade Storm, or even it's possible here we have two chambers could see a Tour de Force going up against a Tour de Force.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like that's what we're going to be seeing out of Aesthetic Shock and ARN as they both just go Shorty Classic respectively. And there's one coming out from ARN who's sitting around mid trying to get the pick. And we get the other one from Aesthetic Sock as well. ARN gets that first kill mid and just waiting to see if he can see Sock and take him out as he has mid on lockdown right now.
Oh no, ARN going off with the Tour de Force, and now Mystic Man being able to come through, or Mystic Mac, my apologies, able to come through market to pick up that elimination, but it was Syrup Slurper to get the elim. Mystic Mac still with the assist, as the spike does go down on Boatyard, and only a Gaslighter remains for the side of the University of Calgary.
Yeah, and I mean, we're sitting here, we're going to be going into round 6, should be a 5-1, because this is a tall task to ask Gaslighter to get a 1v4 here. I mean, especially knowing that ARN's probably holding CT with his ult there, which looks like that's right where Gaslighter is going to be pushing into. Oh no! ARN pulls off at the last second. Had the angle, and it's that adage we talked about last time for Call of Duty. You can hold an angle forever, but as soon as you pull off is when that person is going to peak there. Gaslighter's not going to get any late picks, but I mean, the 5-1 here early for Astral, and I mean, Spiral's already at 3 of 7 again for their ult. They are just blowing through those right now.
They are, but I do have to say, Tankard, that I'm getting a little bit of deja vu here.
Yeah, I mean, this is almost the same point we were at in the last one, and this is when UFC started to turn it around, but I mean, they're going to have a half buy here. Sock with an op. We got a Vandal, a Phantom, a Guardian, and a Stinger coming out with light shields, and they're just doing what they can to try and get something, but nice ult coming out there from Mafino to shut down Gaslighter's wall they wanted to put up, and they just hard rush A, take everything, and Astral United smelling blood in the water here. They're not letting up as they're just pushing hard.
You see, that's the benefit of having the KO ult, and what makes them so viable here on Ascent is because as soon as you pop the KO ult, you're not going to get smoked, you're not going to get blinded, you just go, and you can rush that way. But look at this, coming up from the side of UOC, a clean retake, and they are able to get the defuse and take the round. They will answer back against Astral United.
Yeah, what a retake there. On a light buy, I mean, it wasn't quite a thrifty, but it felt that way with a Stinger and a Guardian on the board, able to come away with a huge win there to bring it back to 5-2. And like you said, deja vu is this is exactly where we were last time when they started to bring it back and got it to 7-5 before halftime. And if you're Astral United right now, you need to get this win and shut down any momentum that Calgary's trying to build, because we've seen how quickly they can roll. And Aesthetic Sock still having the opt out for play, trying to get something going as they're sitting at 3 and 6 right now.
Well, You can see Syrup Slurper and Crazy Bum being able to get the first limbs here of round number 8. Mystic Mac over there towards the side in mid, and you can see they're still trying to get these cheeky peeks, which is what you have to do. If you're gonna go mid, it all relies on you being able to get the pick, but they could not. Crazy Bum will be able to shut down the push at mid, but now they are all moving through tree, and they get the job done as the door goes down.
Yep, another post plant situation here for UOC. I mean, it's essentially a 2v2. You got to figure ARN is what, 1 tap at this point with 46 health, I guess 2 tap, but it's gonna be a tough order as Aesthetic only has the op more or less. Let's not count the shorty. Nice job from Crazy Bum, but can't control the recoil to get the kill. And now Aesthetic
Save the op.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is he was pushing up trying to get a cheeky pick there, and is now going to be falling off back towards CT, saving that op, trying to save some econ. Did he shoot right between the legs?
I do that all the time, and it's painful because I'm like, I was just spit half a clip and it didn't hit, and yeah, it goes between the legs. Apparently it does do that. So you got to be careful. Make sure you aim chest high. You don't want to go below the belt. That's a low blow. You don't want those. But yeah, it's a feels bad because you split the uprights there, but you didn't get the shot.
Yeah, and already defenders calling a timeout as they're down 6-2. They just gave ARN a free op, and we saw with his ult, he was able to get, I think, a 3-piece at that point. And I mean, he has 7,200 in the bank, didn't have to spend anything. And right now, if you're UOC, if you don't win this round, your econ is shot for the next couple, and this could very quickly turn into what, a 10-2.
It could, but I don't know. I think this KJKO combo is just going too nutty right now at the moment. And with that being said, you also got the Omen who's top fragging, with 8, but it's only by 1. When you look at the spread here, it really does look like every single player is getting involved from the side of Astral United. I mean, it's pretty even, and really where you get the most detail is with the assists. And right now you're seeing a lot of assists come from ARN, and then Mafino also getting 3 assists on the board, which is what the KO is supposed to do. If you see a KO that's not top fragging, look at their assist. I guarantee you they're going to have more assists more often than not than they do eliminations. And right now, I think Mafino is playing their part for the time being.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of your responsibility as a KO, right? Like, push in, figure out where everyone is, get some chip damage. If you can get a pick, awesome. But I mean, other than that, you're just playing for the aggression there, and trying to set up the rest of your teammates is crazy. Can't get the peek there, had 2 in their crosshairs. Mystic Mac, nice kill. And they're going to get the plant, and it's down to Gaslighter yet again, who's sitting at 2 and 5. And I mean, another needs the ace here if they want to steal this round away. But I feel like with everyone sitting CT right now, it's going to be tough. Nice first kill, though, from Gaslighter.
See, I love the references there, calling it CT. Me, I just call it Defender Spawn. I'm Valorant. I'm just a basic Valorant player. That's all. Gaslighter, once again, trying to give it the good college try, but it is proving difficult as Mafino dealing away at the chip damage, and they do get the elimination on Mystic Mac, but they don't have any time remaining, and they will finally be gunned down by Spyro, as it will be Astral United to get yet another dub on the board.
And they had just enough time to get out of that detonation. Just enough time, and that was bold. And if you're Gaslighter, that's what you're trying to do, right? You're trying to hold them there as long as you can to see if you can get a couple of those cheeky picks off of that explosion, and almost able to get there. It didn't really do much to the econ of Astral United, as they're still even rebuying. They're still all over 4K. Oh, that is tough if you're UOC right now.
And already ARN being able to get the cross shot with the Mystic Mac being able to follow that one up. And finally, the first elimination for UOC does go down, but it's a trade. As you can see, Mystic Mac being able to clean up on Crazy Bum. And now Gaslighter trying to make the most out of this Marshall, and I can only wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, but Jort coming around from B main might be able to find someone looking towards defender spawn. as Gaslighter is still there. Gaslighter likes playing that way. And Jort looking up towards Market, even though he wasn't going to peek, and gets dusted there. Nice kill from Gaslighter on Spyro. Nice headshot. Able to pick up a Guardian, trying to get a couple more. Stops just a little too long. And Syrup Slurper gets the final one. It's 8-2.
Yep, all things going the way of Astral United right now. But with going into this next round, round number 11, you could see it will be nearly a full buy coming from UOC. Again, we're seeing Egg in the Sky trying to stick it out with the Marshall. Gonna have to do their best with that. That one's gonna be difficult. You can get a lot done. You really can. Marshall has a pretty good fire rate, so you can get a lot of shots off and do a good bit of damage. But hopefully for Egg in the Sky, their shot is on as we are getting round number 11 underway.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be another A push. They're just trying to battle each other. Gaslighter, good kill. Jort's right there. I don't think they knew he was there. Dog's gonna give him away, trying to get another touch. Good kill from Crazy Bum, but Spyro gonna get 2. Mystic Matt gonna get a 3rd. And as quick as it was a 4v3, it is now a 2v3 in favor of Astral United. And Crazy Bum just one tap. Spyro gets a 3rd kill. And they are now 12-3-1 here in this first half.
I'm telling you, Spyro is going absolutely nuts here on Ascent, and they are still sitting on their ult at the moment. They still have that Killjoy ready to go, and Mystic Mac also ready with their ultimate. And you can see Sock still trying to hold this angle over by Tree, but at this point you have got to know that they are making their way over towards B, and now they're gonna have to take this retake in a 1v3.
I mean, and there's really no point in saving because your team's not going to be able to full buy. So might as well try and get a couple picks if you can. Not that it's going to make a huge difference, but the crazy part for me is Spyro is 12-3 on attacker with KJ, right? Like, you don't usually expect that to happen as Mystic Matt gets another one. And if Spyro's this good on attacker, like, I can't even imagine if we got to play a full defensive half, how good Spyro would be with KJ.
And you see, that's the difference there, is because Spyro clearly is a gunny. Like, the gun skill is insane. That's time spent in the shooting range. That's time spent practicing. And when you're able to really get your shot down and get those head clicks, then you're going to do good on no matter what side of the spike you are. And then when it comes time for you to play your role on the defensive side, you're gonna pop off. And maybe they don't even have to pop off. Maybe they can fill in that, you know, that classic Sentinel role of really being the support. But right now, just having those overall gun mechanics is definitely, you know, really leading the way for their squad here. As you can see, Mystic Matt going way up high, nearly being able to get that read, but no.
I 100% thought Gaslighter was gonna peek there. I was waiting for it. Mystic Mac had a head in mind, and Gaslighter having that extra sensory, just able to pull off a little bit, but still waiting in the corner. Mafino pops his ult. He's gonna shut everybody down, gets 1 kill. Oh, Egg in the Sky can't get the peak quick enough. Mafino still full health here, is gonna cut off that corner. Egg in the Sky sitting there, it's gonna die. Oh, both of them are gonna die to the grenade. What a huge play from Mafino, as he's got a 3-piece trying to find the 4 on Sock here, who's able to push into sight. Spyro can't get the kill, but there's Mafino for the 4th, and it's 10-2 in favor of Astral United in the first half. Switching sides, and at Soka, it feels like they're gonna need a small miracle, or not even a small miracle. They're going to need a large miracle if they want to come back here.
And again, you know what? Is that we're just shy of that 9-3 curse, you know, the 10-2. I mean, this is definitely the side of the 9-3 curse you want to be on. You have such a huge advantage right now, but I don't want to call it too early. I don't want to be that guy. You know, I still have faith, a little bit, a remnants of a little bit of hope for the side of UOC, but the way Astral has been playing, and like you said, they did such a fantastic job on the offensive side of the spike, even though their comp would suggest that they're more defensively oriented. It's going to be interesting to see how UOC is going to take now that they're on the offensive side here.
Yeah, and I mean, doing exactly what you would expect them to do on defense, right? Like, go throw KJ on B, let her lock that one down. split into mid and A from there and just wait, and Syrup Slurper waiting with the shorty, catching him short, finally takes him out, but he's gonna take a little bit of damage themselves. Nice kill there from Crazy Bum. Aesthetic Sock, knowing that Crazy Bum's there, just trying to ping him out. Gets the kill on Mystic Mac. It's a 3v2 and could be a huge first round here.
It could be, but they still got to plan. And not only that, but you have 2 Sentinels holding down the A site, and we already know KJ has that B site trapped. So even if they try and go for the rotate, they're going to know it way in advance. The best thing that they can do right now for the side of UOC is maybe fake the rotate. But look at this. They're going to rotate, but they're going to head back to tree, and they're biting on it hook, line, and sinker. And you can see right now Astral already making their way back towards mid, and now they have a free plan on the A site.
Yep, and they know everyone's gonna be rushing back, but the 2 rushing back for them are their 2 top fraggers right now. And yeah, it's a 2v3, but with how they have been playing, you would almost feel like the odds are against UOC right now.
It definitely feels that way, but right now the player advantage definitely going the way of UOC. And they get a glimpse of Crazy Bum, they get the elimination, but they do get picked off in hell by Sock, who manages to come up with 3 in the round. And for what feels like the first time in a long time, the University of Calgary answer back.
Yeah, and they needed that win right there. They needed to get that round and start trying to bring something back. I mean, that's their first round in what, 6? And so, I mean, they're gonna buy up here. They kind of have to, right? Like, they're behind the 8 ball. They have to start selling out and pushing as hard as they can. And so buying up, we're seeing Spectres and Marshall's. Aesthetic Sock still staying. Oh, there we go. They just bought up with full shields, and this could start a roll for them, but still with Astral United, they have the firepower to shut it down.
Oh my, nearly being able to get the cheeky peek. Look at that. Crazy Bum down to only 54 as the doggo does go out. They put one shorty shot in the second to put Crazy Bum down in the dirt to make it hurt. As you can see, Egg in the Sky being able to go through tree to get Mafino. Syrup Slurper now once again watching the archway by tree. And this is an even match, even though this is a complete thrifty round for the side of Astral. And finally, the spike does go down on A.
Yeah, Spyro sitting up top, waiting, seeing what they can find. Egg in the Sky is going to be trying to get a smoke off. Nice play there, as Spyro just slowly waiting. He has no idea where anyone is, and Egg in the Sky caught looking the wrong direction. 2v2 here. Nice kill from Mac. It's a 2v1, but Gaslighter's on 1 tap, able to get a heal off here, bringing him back up to a couple, but still hugely detrimental for Gaslighter as Syrup Slurper gets the run and gun for the 3rd. As they're gonna, oh yeah, there's plenty of time for the defuse.
Yep. They got it. That was a huge play. The thrifty round. After the full buy coming from UOC, that was a huge round, and they got it done with shorties and classics.
Yeah, and you're at 11-3 now, and I mean, you just won a huge round where you should have lost that. All things considered, I mean, it looked like it was going to go UOC's way, and with Mystic Mac being on 1 tap, able to get a couple kills, that should never have happened, especially when you have the gun advantage. And just a huge win there for Astral United. They're able to buy up. UOC can't really buy much of anything there, and this should snowball to the end.
Yeah, and I really got to give a shout out to Syrup Slurper in that last round. They literally played some of the pitch perfect util that I think I've seen on Ascent for a controller, for smokes. Absolutely pivotal, and also getting that retake and getting the defuse as well, as Crazy Bum gets the first elimination here of round number 15, apologies.
Yeah, now they're just gonna rush site, try and get something going here. Everyone kind of sitting heaven, slow playing this one, shooting through the ground, trying to find somebody, not gonna be there. Egg in the Sky, dropping another smoke, just cutting off heaven. Huge play there, knowing that ARN's gonna be sitting there. And even though they have the gun advantage, they are behind right now. As plant does go down, wall goes up. Nice play there. Mafino able to take that down. He's going to throw the knife, see how many he can get. Nose twos there. They have a second to push without those flashes being in the way. Crazy Bomb. Huge kill, but ARN trading back here, and it's a 3v2. Make that a 3v0 as Syrup Slurper and Spyro leading the way yet again here for Astral.
Yep, what else do you expect? And again, they're playing fantastic, because you got to keep in mind, they're not even really playing hard defense, or they're not really committing to a spike. As if anything, they're kind of allowing the spike to get planted, and then they just play retake. And their retake game, I got to tell you right now, is on point.
Right, and I mean, it makes sense, though, with how well they looked on offense there. Like, okay, just play defense like you would play offense, right? Like, let them take it. You just counter, you come in, throw down your smokes and your flashes and act like you're just attacking a site. And it's working out perfectly for Astral United. Should it? No. Is it? Absolutely.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Well, guess what it is. As you can see, Sock trying to get the cheeky peek, couldn't catch the shoulder, and immediately rendezvous out of dodge. But again, great smoke being put down. This is where you want to smoke it off. Getting that mid lane cut off so that way you can try and rotate as quickly as possible as the smoke finally dissipates. And you can see Mystic Mac going to be lining up towards mid. Crazy Bum, a great peek on Mafino. Oh, and it cuts away right before, right at the pivotal moment.
Yeah, didn't get the shot off ARN. Nice kill there. Back to a 4v4. Just over a minute to go. And I mean, really no progress being made so far from UOC. As that's going to be going off. Egg in the Sky still slow playing this one. Oh, we see Spyro just lurking right there by the switch, waiting. Mystic Matt gets a kill. Syrup Slurper gets a kill. 2 left. Egg in the Sky's going to get caught by Spyro, and that should do it for map number 1. Here is Jort all by themselves at mid. Need to pull off the 4v1 here.
And as soon as you say it, they take 4 shots to the face. So 4 bullets in 1 head, and that is going to be the game in favor of Astral United. A great game starting things off here on Ascent. Again, being map number 1, but look at this. Syrup Slurper on top, and right underneath them, Crazy Bum.
Yeah, I mean, just look at that Astral team, though. 17-8, 15-9, 13-8, 15-6. Like, your top 4 are leaps and bounds above everyone else. And then Mafino at 9-12 needs a bathroom break, needs 3 minutes. And I mean, the big thing for Mafino, yeah, he went 9-12, but he had 7 assists, which is what you want out of your KO.
Yeah, honestly, KO for the most part was like the battering ram. Like, they just sent them in and then, you know, take bullets, you know, take hits, take shots, do what you got to do. And more often than not, they were getting trades. So again, that was fine. But like we were talking about, they were the spearhead of the offense. And where they were really a little bit lackluster was on the defense. And, you know, understandably so, where we see Spyro, you know, they are more defensive oriented, so they really had a good game on both sides. Spyro absolutely popped off on the offensive side of the spike, but they were controlling a lot more when they were on the defensive side. It was really hard to take a site, and we saw that. We saw time and time again that UOC just couldn't get onto site. And when they did, it was an instant retake coming from the side of Astral.
Yeah, and that just plays into Astral's strengths. We saw that a couple weeks ago as well. They kind of did the same thing. They're very, very comfortable letting someone plant and then playing from there. Because, I mean, in all honesty, when you're playing post-plant, there's not a lot of places that people can hide or even set up to cover your plant angles. And if they're planting default, you know what's going to happen. Like, and you can just counter that easily by playing a little bit patient and then rotating in late like they did every single time there, and it worked to perfection.
Now, you see, my question is that was the second time map 1 on Ascent. Was that UOC? Did they pick that again? And if so, does that mean the next map is going to be that much harder for them because they would be playing on Astral's map pick?
Yeah, that was UOC's map pick. And going into map 2, we got Haven, which was Astral's pick.
Oh, no.
I kind of hope we make it to a map 3 just because I want to see Breeze. Selfishly, but I mean, yeah, you go from UOC's pick where it is just one-sided going into Astrals, and you have to figure that's going to go their way too.
Okay, I'm about to break it down a little bit, and if I'm off track, by all means, correct me, put me on course. But this is why I don't think we're gonna get to a map 3. I think it's gonna end here on Haven, because if this is in fact Astral's pick, then they should be on offense first. If they're on offense first, they're gonna have an advantage because Haven, in my opinion, is attacker sided. It's the only map with 3 site plants, giving them even more possibilities and routes to take for this map. And if they take attacker first, which we already know that they can play fantastically, then they're going to get a tremendous lead yet again. And if they get that tremendous lead again, then I just don't see UOC being able to make that comeback here on Haven.
Yeah, and Astral got attack first. UOC picked defense first because it was Astral's map pick, so they got to pick side. They picked defense, and I don't know about that. I feel like if it's their map pick on Haven, they're very comfortable on attack. And so you kind of want to play attack first to see how many rounds you can get. Because if they're that good on attack and they're that comfortable with it, you kind of run the risk of like an 11-1.
Yeah, and you see on a map like Haven, this is the type of map where I want to go double initiator. This is just me now. Again, correct me. By all means, set me on the right course. But I like to go double initiator here. And you can see on the side of Astral, that's what they're doing. They're bringing the KO, they're bringing the Sova. And meanwhile, on the side of UOC, they're going to try and go double Sentinel. When it comes to Haven, I think this is an initiator map. I think you have to go with the double initiator meta. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing as far as composition coming from the side of Astral. Not to mention they're bringing out the Brimstone, word to tank. That's your fave.
Yes.
One thing, the Reyna, I get it. Reyna, cool, very cool character, or a very cool agent. You know, I'm not a fan. If we're going on Haven, honestly, I would rather a Neon. I love Neon's entry on every map, but especially Haven because it's so big and you have the 3 plant sites, and Neon can zip zop zoobity bop and get from point to point so quickly. But still, you know, this is Astral. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, and I like I like Brim on this map just for the simple fact of having those smokes that you can drop from a safe distance and getting 3 of them, especially on attacker side, really helps Astral in their quick attacks, right? We saw how quickly they like to attack and how aggressive they are. And if you can have a good Brim playing and take out all of those sight lines and just allow for a clean push in, knowing that there's only a couple corners that they can be peeking from, that's a huge advantage for an aggressive gameplay.
Oh, not to mention, if you're going to be playing like along A main, the stem beacons go absolutely hard. I love trying to push like that narrow lane, or even on C long. You know, let's say C long, you throw down the stem beacon, it can give you an advantage, a real advantage when you're trying to either get on site or you're trying to outgun your opponent. But regardless, right now you can see a split that looks like it's trying to go for mid to C. And right now, Egg in the Sky not being able to get a read, as neither Mafino or ARN are going to try and, you know, peek. They're not going to put their shoulders out there just yet.
Yeah, and it looks like we were heading for a collision course at mid, but looks like we're now going to rotate A. Maybe they heard both Phoenix and Sova sitting at mid in garage there, and so they decided to peel off. And now we're going to get a push down A main with Reyna, Mystic Mac pushing up there.
Yep, and you can see it does look as though we're going to get the full send, but look where they're sending the KO. KO is going sewer. This is going to be a nice cheeky turn here. As you can see, they do get the swing, they get 1, and the trade does go out as Sock is able to get the elimination on Spyro. And now here comes the smoke like you were talking about, and now the stem beacon to get them onto site, trying to get the crossfire down, but it's not gonna work. It will be the round 1 win going the way of Astral United.
Yeah, and I mean, you had everything that you wanted as UOC there, right? You had 3 left, you had even numbers, you get the stem beacon down, you go to push out, and it came down to they couldn't get the kill on Mystic Mac, who was in hell, where they knew he was under there. The chamber had heard him underneath, and yet Mystic's just standing still with the ghost, able to get the kill.
Well, here we go. Round number 2. And you can see they're going for the Spectres here. They're not going to try and go for a save. They know they have confidence in their gun game, which is something that we mentioned earlier, especially when we were watching Spyro play, being able to do so much with the KJ. This is just a really gunny team. They are mechanically gifted, and then they know how to get the head clicks.
Yeah, and now you got Jort sitting here with the shorty in garage. ARN might not know he's there. No, knows he's there. And it is a firing squad coming around the corner. No one expects the 4-man push through garage. Mafino's going to get another one there. Is now a 5v3. They have all the angles shut down as Gaslighter trying to come through garage along with Crazy Bum, but Syrup Slurper just waiting, egoing that Gaslighter.
Now, you see, it's funny because normally I don't like the garage push. I think it's just too risky, you know? But when you go for garage push, if you go one, you might as well go all, and it paid off for Astral United. As now, as quickly as they went into garage, they get dropped by Syrup Slurper, and then, of course, the lone flanker gets dealt with as well. That is a quick round 2 going the way of Astral United.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, with that push there, going through garage, you're right. It is a tough sell, but you also know after looking at C the first couple times that they aren't playing anyone in that close corner that would be looking down garage way, right? Might have one in garage you can fight with, and a 4v1 is always going to work out in your favor unless you just absolutely throw it. And so they take care of that one. They know they're not going to have anyone watching from C down into garage. And so they can just push, clear out the last one, and just plant and take the round.
And this is what they do. And this is why you go double initiator, because it's all about the site plans. You have got to get on site. And when you run double initiator, you're going to get on site. No matter whether you like it or not, you're going to find a way on. But right now, you can see the rebuttal finally coming through from UOC as they are able to get the dub in round 3 and deny the bonus round for Astral.
Yeah, but you know what? This is exactly how last map started out.
I have no idea what I don't know what you're talking about. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about last round. Doesn't matter no more. We're in this round.
Right? I mean, Astral got the first 2, and then UOC got the 3rd. And then Astral was just like, okay, it's fine. We're just going to buy up. You guys are still going to have a kind of a mixed buy with a light shield and like a bulldog or something like that. And here we are in the same situation. And Syrup Slurper shutting down Crazy Bum early.
Well, because Crazy Bum likes to peek, and you know, it's something that I've noticed the more and more I watch them play. They try and be that like initiator. They try and get that first peek, and a lot rides on it. If you don't get that initial pick, then you know the rest of the round kind of goes awry. So unfortunately for Crazy Bum, they're either gonna pop off in a major way or they get knocked early.
Yeah, Gaslighter trying to get that pick through the wall. Nice wall bang on Mystic Mac. Knows there's going to be another one there. That gets thrown down. Gaslighter wants to peek around. Syrup Slurper trying to counter peek. Able to get the kill. Mafino getting rid of Aesthetic, and Syrup Slurper with the 3K. Knows where the last one is. Mafino's going to take it. And it's the 3-1, and Syrup Slurper 7-1 right now. Making Brimstone just as amazing as he should be.
Yeah, I was about to say, so, you know, off the rip, it's pretty confident to say that Syrup Slurper is a controller main so far. You know, coming out with the Omen, playing a fantastic game there on Ascent. Now here on Haven with Brimstone going 7-1 after 4 rounds. Like Syrup Slurper, again, just an impressive player overall.
Yeah, and I mean, it took Syrup Slurper a little bit in the first map to get going, but now it feels like now that he's there, this is going to be an unstoppable force that, I mean, UOC is going to have to find some way to deal with it. As Egg in the Sky able to push all the way through, could get the drop, decides to take the kill. Nice Stinger kill there. Yeah, that's right. Stinger.
With the Stinger. Oh, it just... it's a feels bad. Anytime I get eliminated by the Stinger, it really hurts more than getting eliminated by any other weapon.
Well, and the best part was, it was with Brimstone, which is exactly what I do. Nice kill there from Syrup Slurper. Kets Aesthetic sock partially in the smoke. That was That was odd. It looked like he wasn't far enough forward to actually see into the smoke, but was able to be seen as Mystic Mac gets to there along the backside. Jort's going to get taken out. Just one left. Egg in the sky still with the stinger here, trying to get something, trying to get a pick. And what was that ADS crosshair?
I don't know. It doesn't even matter. Like at that point, look, the entire team's time to GTFO. They can't get the spike, even against all odds. It's a ripperoni. That's a round number 5 going the way of Astral United. I
need to see that monstrosity again. I wish there wasn't a delay, because it'd be like, hey man, can you show that to me right now? Because that was definitely interesting. But here we are, 4-1 again.
Right here.
And I think it was round 6 that UOC was able to get their second win last time. But Astral United just, I mean, it almost feels like they're just playing with their food right now.
Honestly, it does seem that way. But at the same time, they're having some fun with it. You know, that's when you play best, is when you're having a little fun. But you can see Spyro already lining up, does send out the recon dart, or the shot dart. Not being able to come up with much here, but they still have the KO as well as the knife, and there goes the knife trying to get some intel, and now they know that they're going to be able to make this push over towards the A site.
Yeah, Mafino pushing Gaslighter off of sewers there. Gaslighter gets the kill on Mystic Mac, but Mafino with the double. Crazy Bum finally trading him out. Egg in the Sky gets ARN. Spyro. Oh no, Spyro's caught by themselves. Just in the corner there. Crazy Bum slow playing this. Spyro last one alive, but we've seen how well he can pop off as he's trying to rotate through in this 2v1. Still has Spike, so has a chance to get to B or C and get a plant off. And honestly, I think at this point, you might as well just run towards C and try and beat them there.
Now, see, that would be the best thing to do, of course. But, you know, again, we have the luxury of not being in the game. We get to see things that they don't see, so they don't even know where the other 2 players are. They just know that A site is danger. So they're going to make the full rotation here, and they're going to try and make it to C. And they should have enough time to get the job done. And they're going to send out the recon, again, being able to get a read, a lay of the land, and it should be a free plant here.
Yeah, and planting for C long, not knowing that they're rotating through, trying to come from attacker spawn. And Spyro's going to run right into him.
Oh, but look at this.
They might just line up for him. Nice kill. One more to go. Nosy's there, but Jort, good kill on Spyro to get the second round win. And I mean, deja vu. There's a glitch in the Matrix right now.
I mean, there could be. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me check the script if this is how it's supposed to go. No. This is odd. Yeah, this is off script.
They accidentally flipped back to page 1 after that bathroom break in between maps here. And so hopefully they get on page here. But I mean, that was a good win. And now you look at UOC, they have 4 alts ready to go compared to 3 for Astral. And the big thing, though, is Astral has that KO ult, right? And that can shut down so much, especially if they're going to push mid and try and shut them down quick and just get the quick plant.
Just because I'm kind of cheeky, I would wait for the tour de force to be called and then pop the KO ult.
Did you? Oh, my Lord. That was insane as... we were sitting there watching Mafino push through mid, and Syrup Slurper almost gets caught by the chamber ult through the wall, just barely missing his head as a nice kill comes out there. It's now a 4v4 ult on its way, sitting there for KO, trying to get someone suppressed. Got a couple, ult down, so now you have a good retake potential coming out here from UOC.
Well, here we go. Gaslighter trying to get the aim as once again Aesthetic Shock able to get the shot down with that tour de force. Now pushing on to site, is able to get another. As you can see, Spyro still keeping their eye on site. They know the defuse is coming, but here comes the Hunter's Fury. So clutch, able to get one knock, looking to get the second. The defuse is halfway. Are they going to be able to get it? They're trying to get the shot. They get it. And that is going to be it. That was a fantastic round and a huge clutch play coming from Jort. And again, nearly being able to come in with the 3v1 Spyro, put up one heck of a fight.
Yeah, Spyro almost getting it, but gets caught just standing at window without the ability to take Jort out, who was getting the defuse off. And I mean, 4-3 now, so it's looking better for UOC. They definitely have an advantage when it comes to econ here. No, it's about even still. It's really about even, but this is the first time we've been able to see UOC string back-to-back rounds together against this Astral United team. Like you said, this was Astral United's pick, and they picked attacker, or they got put on attackers. But here we are, and UOC doing a great job of keeping this close.
Yep, a trade out there in towards the mid, and now you have Egg in the Sky playing Garage. Now remember, Garage, I understand why you want to cover that. That's where they got an impressive win earlier on, as they are corralling over towards C Long. And finally, it looks as though they're going to try and rotate back round, and look at this. Right now, UOC all in Garage, and you can see already there is one peak looking. And this is a powder keg waiting to pop off, and finally the shots come out, and now both Spyro and Mafino get eliminations, as now we find ourselves in a 3v2 scenario.
Yeah, Egg in the Sky, nice refrag there. And yeah, it's a 3v2, but I mean, Spyro is one tap. Egg in the Sky, nice headshot there, catching ARN sleeping just a little bit. Everyone's rushing towards A. Aesthetic Sock trying to get back, but you do have Syrup Slurper and Spyro, who were the two top frags last map, up and trying to win this 2v2.
I mean, good start. They got the spike down on towards the A side, and now it's going to be all about the retake here. Spyro going to be throwing out the drone, and the only thing that's really a danger is that well, I mean, it really doesn't matter because they're both one hit. But if you're going to do anything this round, get the op out of the hands of that chamber. You have got to get the op away from Sock, because they have been popping off with it. As now here comes the orbital strike. We'll back them off the spike. It's going to back them off. At least try and waste as much time as you can. And the headshot lands for Spyro.
Yeah, I honestly thought that was going to be a little too early there, as there was still plenty of time to defuse that one, but they get the headshot while they were both low health, and then the missed shot coming out from heaven, and that was the big difference there.
Hey, at the end of the day, this is still Valorant. All the utility in the world, all the ultimates in the world is not going to replace a good gun game. It's not going to replace that good gun mechanic. A well-placed Vandal shot to the head is all it takes here in Valorant. And I got to tell you, it was, like you said, the two top fraggers from last game to come in clutch there in round number 8. And now, once again, we are seeing Astral United with a 2-round lead, and now all 4 eliminations with only Gaslighter remaining, just a classic in hand. Easy come, easy go, and in that round, it will be UOC no mo. We are heading now into round number 10.
I'm so confused by UOC on that one, right? Like, yeah, I know you can't buy and you're trying to save, but you're just gonna rush Garage and throw the round, as we've seen them come away with really good thrifties. I'm very confused by that play.
It could be maybe a sense of momentum or morale to feel as though, I don't know, I really don't. I'm trying to come up with a reason here in my small little pea brain that could come up with a reason why, but I'm sorry, I just can't.
Yeah, a nice opening kill there coming out from Crazy Bum on Syrup Slurper at mid. Everyone's still sitting A right now, seeing what they can do. Jort trying to clear out mid is going to get that knife coming out there early, and that was an odd knife from Mafino.
Well, you see, the thing is, again, as a frequent a KO player myself, I like to throw out the knife early, because the quicker you use it, the quicker you can get it back. And if you're just using it to get a little bit of intel early on, you'll be able to use it again once you're trying to take spike.
Yeah, but where he threw it was right in the corner of window, where, I mean, unless someone pushed into the corner down below, he's not going to hit anybody. That's why I was just a little confused by that play. Nice res coming out here from Gaslighter to make it a 1v5, and it looks like they're going to get their 4th round here.
Oh, well, I mean, best case scenario right now for Astral United is that they got to pull out the Sage ult. So now you don't have to worry about it, at least for the time being. As you can see, Spyro, they're just going to save. And again, I don't blame them. Just hold up, save your Vandal, go into the next round, and try and make some adjustments, because that was an That was pretty much a one-sided venture there in the favor of UOC in round number 10.
Yeah, let's be honest. They were just trying to avoid the 9-3.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
10 seconds
We all
left.
know it. Everyone does it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But no, I mean, in all honesty, yeah, that whole round just felt odd. For the first time, Astral United was just caught kind of flat-footed, just standing there. They didn't really have a sense of what they wanted to push. And you could tell as, I mean, they were just getting picked off in 2v1 gunfights over and over again.
Yeah, well, now it's a whole new round, round number 11, and we're going to try and get things started here. As you can see, the spike looks as though it's going to be making its way over towards C long. Now, this is something we really haven't seen them commit on. We've seen them go garage C, but we haven't seen a full C long push. And you can see the tour de force is out, so they're going to try and get some cheeky peeks here. And here we go. The push is underway.
Oh, nice job from Egg in the sky to get one. Not able to get the second. Oh, ARN. Nice snipe there, getting a huge kill to open this one up. They're going to get the spike plant down, and this is when they're dangerous on offense, is when they get that spike and just have to play angles.
I love how the two drones just casually pass each other through garage. That was nice. Give them a nice little wave there. As you can see, the eliminations now going the way of Mafino, but it was the run it back. So clearly the Phoenix is still up and in this one. And now they know where exactly the rest of this team are. They go for the blind. Now coming out from the corner, Mafino finally gunned down, and now it is a 1v2, 1v1, and there you have it. But is there enough time to defuse the spike? I don't think they're going to be able to get it. No.
Nope.
That's going to be a round win for Astral.
Yep, and Aesthetic should... I would have tried to pull off there. I mean, I guess they all had plenty of econ, so it's worth pushing it, especially before the last round. But I mean, 7-4 right now. Astral United honestly need this win before going into the split, where, I mean, UFC is going to be on offense, and we said this is an offensive sided map.
That it is. And now you see the thing going, you know, now that we're heading into round number 12, is
you know what to do.
The fact that they didn't even really outperform UOC in that last round. They just ran the spike. That's what they did. They played objective. Normally we see them use a lot of their gun skill. They go for head clicks and they simply try to outfrag their opposition. That time it was all about the objective, and they were able to outperform and run the spike down enough to where UOC could not recover.
Yeah, and now we're seeing that little hesitation again. And it almost feels like on attacker-sided maps where you're expecting the aggression, as ARN with a huge pick there, just absolutely taking the words out of my mouth.
Now, you see, we talk about Haven being like an offensive-sided map, but you still got to pay homage to the fact that ARN is running op on offense and is still landing shots.
What? Mystic? What? Mystic sees the frozen orb come out there and doesn't look that way. What is going on?
One enemy remaining.
Looks like a fun time right now for Mystic, I guess. They're just going away with it, and now look at Sock coming through with the op, being able to get that one peek. But now this is a time when you don't peek. You know they got op, you know they're in window, don't peek it. Just run the spike again. You did it last round, you got a dub, do it again. As good as you are with an operator, you're not about to take sight with the op in a 2v1 scenario. I don't see it. And now with the spike continuing to tick away, that'll do it. That's going to seal the deal. And now going into half, we will see the 8-4, no 9-3 curse. Astral United up 4.
Yeah, and I'm just, I don't know. I guess I'm a little surprised that Sock didn't just try and push something like his last round before the half. Like, there's no point to not try and get the kills there and try and make a heroic play. Because then, I mean, you bring it back, it's 7-5 instead of 8-4, makes it a little bit more realistic, looks more like what we saw map 1 against Lapras, where they were able to bring that win back, but instead he just almost saves a little bit and just automatically chalks it up to a loss.
Well, now it will be UOC's turn to try an offense, and we said this could be argued to be an offensive-sided map, so they should have a little bit of an advantage going into the second half, but a 4-round lead, nothing to wave a stick at here for Astral United.
Yeah, and it looks like they're just going to be running right down sewers, pushing through. Everyone just lined up. ARN's going to get one. Nice kill there. Great teleport out to open it up here for Astral United. But everyone is on site right now, trying to get a couple more. Jort, nice kills there. Now a 2v2, make that a 2v1, and Jort with the 3-piece to open this up for UOC and bring it back within 3.
I'm so curious as to how no one looked to hell there. Like, that's normally the first place I'm checking, and Jort had enough time to get not 1 but 2 eliminations, reload, and then still continue to fire. You know, they had a lot of time to work with there. No one peeking to the left.
Yeah, it's weird that they didn't clear that corner. They didn't clear a lot of the corners when they pushed into site, knowing that it was a full send for A. They just kind of blindly ran onto site and hoped that they were quick enough to catch a couple people. Is Jort able to avoid not getting killed there?
Who knows? But look, we've seen this before. Mystic Mac in garage with the shorty. And we have seen that before. As you can see, Sock trying to make their way back onto site. The ice wall going to clear the way. The blind comes out and ARN goes down.
Yeah, nice kill there. Egg in the Sky going to be getting the plant. 4v4 post plant here for Astral. Mystic Mac misses the shorty kill. Spyro, just a classic in a 2v1 situation here, needs to find something, but that wall is going to be a huge detriment to his chances here.
Nah, Spyro wins these. Oh, yeah. 2v1 classic, no problem. Let's see this. Peeking the corner now, doesn't get any, and Crazy Bum gets 3. That will be the round going the way of UOC, and slowly but surely making this comeback.
Yeah, and taking those first 2 rounds going to be huge here, as I mean, they're going to be able to full buy, except Egg in the Sky, well, he doesn't have enough. And they're kind of, UOC's light buying here while Astral's full buying. I guess it's I don't know the thought process on that. But they're light buying with full shields. I know they didn't have the full team couldn't buy, but at that point, like, you're on the roll, might as well continue with it and try and keep Astral down.
It's because they're playing for next round. They're not playing bonus round right now. They know they're going to get outgunned right now. They definitely do not have the weapons advantage, and they're still going to try and play it out and go force buy. But at the same time, if they go down this round, they can still have enough to buy for the next round.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Jort's going to get the plant here. And it's a 4v3. I mean, this is working out for him right now. A Syrup Slurper gets 1, but Crazy Bum gonna get one off of the Molly. ARN trades that out. 1 long. Spyro's gonna get taken out. ARN trying to get the kill. Doesn't know where the second one is. Knows they're probably sewer. Trying to check for it. Not gonna be there. Misses the shot. Gonna tap yet again. Can't get the kill. And for all my questioning, still works out just fine.
Yeah, not only that, but they're going to be going into the round with a huge econ boost. This is going to be in the equalizer. It's got to be, because now this is going to be a save round coming from the side of Astral United. So this is going to be 8-8 in the second half. It's got to be. Again, they were able to go with somewhat of a half buy, come out with the dub, and it was a gamble from Astral, and they lost.
Yeah, but never underestimate the Bucky play from Mystic in Garage. I mean, there's always a chance. No one knows it's there. Mystic, I think if you're him, you just kind of full send this one, right?
Does
like,
anybody
try
else
and just push up?
Does anybody else appreciate the cheese charm on the Bucky?
How fitting.
Right. All right, well, now you can see the spike making its way over towards the A site. UAC only 1 round away from equalizing, and now goes the stem beacon. 1 elimination already on Mafino. Now out goes the Molly, and this should be an easy spike plant here for the side of UOC.
Yeah, and I mean, Astral United has not had an answer for these A pushes that they've had. I mean, every attacking side has been on A so far, and Astral United just can't respond at all to it.
You know, it's kind of like we saw last round. You know, we saw UOC playing for the round after, and that's pretty much what we're seeing right now coming from the side of Astral. They know they're going to go down this round. It's an equalizer round. I even said it before the round started. It's going to be 8-8. That's where we're headed, and so that's what Astral was playing for. They were saving up a little bit, maybe enough to play maybe a little bit of defense, but now they should have a decent buy as we get ready to go into round 17.
Yeah, and this is a really dangerous round here for Astral United, right? They have to full buy. If they lose this one, I mean, that's 9-8 in favor of UOC, and they really aren't going to be able to buy for another round or two. And, I mean, by that point, the match could be completely out of reach.
Play defense. That's what they got to do right now. Don't try and be aggressive. Don't go for the cheeky peek. Look at Mystic Mac here, able to get the headshot. You got to get out of dodge. They already know the jig is up. It is going down in garage, and now they have the intel. That was a huge pick, and that's what they desperately needed here on round 17.
Yeah, now you got Syrup Slurper lurking. Crazy Bum doesn't know he's there, and Syrup Slurper almost gets caught, gets the kill, but doesn't have any shield left, down to 70 health. It's a 5v3 right now, and they need to get another one here as Jort still has control of mid for the time being. ARN trying to get the shot, not going to find it, but Jort's going to be one tap here. Nice kill coming out from Mystic, getting a second. Now going to be rotating towards mid, knows Jort still there. He's going to be the last one left. Jort with a wide swing as Mystic Mac gets that kill. And a nice win there from Astral United. Like you said, playing for the full buy.
Yeah, and playing the defense too. They didn't get overly aggressive. They waited and then they reacted. And I got to tell you, that was a great reaction from Mystic Mac there in garage, because that was danger. They were in a 3v1 scenario. They got the head click and they GTFO'd, got out of dodge. And they needed to, because that could have went sideways very quickly, and they could not afford to give up that trade. And now they are looking a little bit better. One thing I have to say about Astral United, though, from, you know, Syrup Slurper, great round. But did you need to do the orbital strike?
Nah, I mean, might as well. Hey, maybe he's working on a weekly challenge. No, it doesn't work in private lobbies, but
No.
hey, with how this has turned around in favor of UOC, winning 4 in a row, yeah, use your orbital strike, use your ult to secure the round and make sure that they can't get that extra gunfight and possibly turn it back in favor.
Fair enough, and I got to tell you, Mafino getting a huge molly there on a main. That was a great read, and now they pop their ult as well, suppressing literally everyone. And now they have Spike, a huge advantage right now for Astral.
Nowhere to run.
Oh, ult coming out, trying to find Mafino, hasn't quite found him yet. Nice kill there, able to avoid the flash for a second, but Gaslighter getting the wall bang. Jort, nice kill there on Mystic Mac, back down to a 2v2, but Spike's still down. They know where he's at, trying to get the kill, and Gaslighter able to pick up the Spike, just barely saving their head on that one, as it looks like they're gonna full rotate to C. And already Spyro on the way, but Spyro not playing as well as they did last time, and ARN not either, so they aren't quite the threat that they were on map 1.
Right now, the big threat for ARN is that the Tour de Force is activated. It is out. And with that being said, you know, it can still one tap, so it's still a danger. They saw the weapon, they saw the gun, but there it is. ARN with the Tour de Force now has to get the read on Sage to get the dub. I don't know if they know where Sage is. This is going to be close. This is going to be insane if they can get this read. They look to the side and it won't be enough. Gaslighter comes in clutch for the University of... What was it again?
Calgary.
Calgary!
Oh, ARN doing a great job of clearing all the way around, ADSing, and when he needs to still have it up, pulls back down. But in his defense, like, you're not expecting the final player to still be sitting on Spike, right? Like, you're figuring C long, move to garage because you had backside control, and they're just hanging out on Spike in the corner.
Yeah, but I really got to give credit to the Sage that time. Gaslighter, even though bottom fragging, came in clutch when their team needed them most. That ice wall to stack Spike, insanely clutch. And now you can see Spyro setting up towards C long and doesn't get the trade out. Crazy Bum gets a wonderful shot onto Spyro, and now they are on site.
Yeah, and getting the heal off. ARN's gonna be trying to play retake here, and they don't have the guns to fight this, but Crazy Bum is the lowest one here, doesn't have the shield, so they could get a couple cheeky kills, but I think for this one, if you are, oh, Mystic, what a peek. Nice kill coming out there.
Oh my, you gotta land those shots, as now it's a 3v2. They're gonna fake the defuse, drawing out Gaslighter, and also gonna draw out the ult as well. The orbital strike does go down. They pick up one elimination, now two. And that should be just about it, as it will be UOC to take the lead.
Yeah, nice job from Egg in the sky there, just getting the orbital strike down to force everyone off and away, and then getting that two-piece to open it up. So it was a 2v1, and no surprise here, defenders calling a timeout as they are now down 10-9 on their map pick. And I mean, you were kind of speaking it into fruition there. UOC losing their map pick, but right now Astral looking like they are on the verge of dropping theirs.
It is possible. Now they just really have to play defense. Again, I think they get caught out trying to be a little bit too aggressive when they don't need to be. Some of the best plays they've had have been from in garage and just trying to really play the corners, you know, trying to play the peaks, get an early pick, and we have seen that be successful. However, whenever they overextend, for instance, when they're coming out with the KO or the Sova and they send out that intel just a little bit too early, you made a mention earlier that there was a questionable dagger that was thrown. It gives away kind of where you are and what plan you intend to make. So really what you have to do is put a little bit more method to your madness, slow it down, take a breather, and I think this timeout is going to give them the time needed to really collect themselves.
Yeah, and it was a well-called timeout here, right? Like, this is the point where you would expect them to call it, trying to get set up for these next couple rounds. I mean, they're full buying. If they don't get this round here, it's GG's, we're going to Breeze. Yeah. And so, I mean, because that puts it down 11-9. They can't buy for the next round, for round 21, so that puts them down 12-9, and that's pretty much it when you give UOC that type of lead. And so, good timeout, but we need to see that execution coming out of the timeout.
Now, and you see, look at this. This is an absolutely slow push. They're stalled right now on the side of UOC. They're not pushing. They're playing slow. You have to match that energy. Do not push them when they are waiting for you. That's what they're doing. They're waiting for you to go to them. Play sight, play objective. Let them come to you. They have to. That is the advantage you get on defense, and you have got to play into it.
Yeah, even with the 3 sites, like, you still need to play patient here, even if you have one just watching, which I'm really surprised no one played a Killjoy on this map. Because then you could dump your resources into the other two, knowing KJ's more or less going to be able to lock down one. Oh, nice first kill, trying to get the second, and Mafino, a wasted opportunity there, couldn't get the spray transfer. Everyone just trading out. It's a 3v3, but the side of UOC is low right now. Plant going out. Looks like we're going to have Jorts 1 tap. Crazy Bum's going to be about 2, and Gaslighter is at full health currently, but I mean, it's got to go in favor of Astral if they want to come back. Can't get the kill there. Mystic Mac finally able to get it. Nice res coming out to keep it a 3v3 right now. And I mean, they're running out of time to get this defuse down. Nice kill coming out from Gaslighter and Spyro as they trade.
One enemy remaining.
Nice kill. Spyro knows where Gaslighter is, trying to get this to half. Gaslighter's gonna be pushing up. It's a half. Can't get there. Good patience from Gaslighter to peek at the last second and get the kill. And it's now 11-9.
And this is where you really have to have appreciation for Gaslighter right now, because they are bottom fragging the entire lobby, but that is yet the second clutch play that I can think of where Gaslighter saved the day for UOC.
Yeah, absolutely. And Gaslighter popping off, even though they're at 8 and 13, a lot of those kills have been instrumental in getting round wins. I would easily say half of those kills have single-handedly led to winning that round, and that is the huge swing in this one compared to last map. It's Aesthetic Shock Sock getting that early kill there, picking off the Reyna, and that is going to give them everything they need to just full push A.
Yep, but look at this mean flank. They take the shot. It's off target. Now they know the flank is underway, and the blind comes out. Blinds themselves in the process. Okay, as now you can see, once again, they take a no contest.
That was kind of funny. It's nice to know that even better players than us still do stupid stuff like that. And it's like they knew Mafino was sitting right there. Nice molly coming out, doesn't quite get him. Gaslighter is going to be healing up, not knowing if someone's close or not. ARN, nice kill coming out with the Sheriff. He sees Jort, can't get the kill on him, drops down. Nice kill from ARN. And they get this round?
I was waiting for it.
Why does this
said
work?
It.
It's so
thrifty.
confusing.
Thrifty. I mean, it's not coming up as a thrifty, but come on, that was a thrifty round. Like, they were taking the round with sheriffs. But regardless, it was so funny because you had even said, it's over. And somehow they make it really, Astral, I'm sorry, but this round on this map, you have made this job so much harder on yourself. And yet somehow you are still rising to the challenge. Like, you did it yourself. You did this to yourself. It hurt itself in its own confusion. And yet it is still putting up one heck of a fight.
Yeah, and now Econ's almost back to equal. Like, it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. As Crazy Bum gets caught with his knife out, they now know one's going to be there. So you got at least a 1v1 down C long, trying to get that little corner peek. Waiting to see if someone's going to be peeking down C long. Nice stick of the dart, but everyone's staying on C. No one rotating off right now.
There's no reason to peek this. I get it. You want to get a cheeky peek. You want to get the pick, but you're risking so much. And we saw already Reyna going down early does not bode well for the rest of this squad from United, as now you can see the rotation full on. They're heading mid. They're going to go window, and it looks as though they might try for this B site.
Yeah, I feel like B site's the hardest one to attack, right? There's so many angles, but if Astral United is just pulling off right now, not really knowing where they're going. Now they see the full commit come out. Oh, nice wall as this one's gonna be sitting there. And that was a sad molly. I'm not even gonna lie. Such a sad molly.
I'll be honest, this could, and again, this is just, I guess, my casual brain thinking, but wouldn't the molly melt the ice wall? You know what I mean? Like, I get it. It's a game physics, you know, whatever. But you get where I'm coming from. There's literally a fire underneath an ice wall. At least show like a trickle.
Right.
You know,
I mean, if a smoke can put out a molly in CSGO, then a molly can put down an ice wall in Valorant, right? That's only logically makes sense. At least do some damage to it, but
yeah,
I don't know, video game things, right?
Yeah. And speaking of video games things, how about an 11-11 tie going in? Like, look at this. And again, like you said, the econ is almost back even, but it looks as though United actually has the econ advantage now.
Yeah, as Crazy Bum's gonna have to light shield rifle. You got Sheriff full shield and Bulldog light shield to just try and get something here. And oh, Syrup Slurper had 3 lined up, couldn't get the shot off, does a little chip damage before getting some of their own. And they aren't pulling off of A as they all push in deeper. Nice flank coming out, getting 2 is Mystic and able to get out of dodge. And oh my Lord, Astral, what are you doing to this UOC team? You know, if they take this round, it's over, right? Like, oh, absolutely. And not only that, but you look at the ults. You still have the orbital strike. Reyna still has their ult. Finally, they get knocked down. They're towards defender or attacker spawn. And this isn't over yet. This is a 3v2 right now. This is far from over. As you can see the spike now heading towards C long. Yeah, and you got Gaslighter, who has been absolutely clutch in these situations. It's going to get the orb here, going to be able to get a revive. It looks like they might be heading back towards that. The question is, did ARN hear him pick that up? Nice res coming out. They're going to know right where they're at, though, as they're still sitting towards mid. 30 seconds to go. They need to pick a site and push it now. Not just that, but you got to keep in mind the orbital strike is still in place. So if they go for the spike plant, they still can call in that orbital strike, and that could buy them time. There's only 15 seconds. Look, they're getting ready.
Egg in the Sky, dropping down the smoke. Stim Beacon goes out. They're gonna go for the swing. They get the swing on the KO. And now here comes the orbital strike. They just have to buy themselves a couple of more seconds. That's gonna do it. It will be United to take that round, and will go into round number 20. Oh my goodness. Now on match point. This has been an absolute roller coaster of a ride, and now finally we are on match point.
Yeah, I'm really glad my cam's not on, because you would see all the emotions running through my face over these last 4 rounds. I mean, it felt like it was all in favor of UOC. Like it was 11-9. Astral United couldn't get anything going, and here we are 3 rounds later. Astral United on their map pick on match point, using the chamber ult and just lining up C long, see everybody there, and they're gonna have to pull off quick.
I'm sorry, as soon as you hear the tour de force get popped, the last place you should go is C long. Like you do it, you have no business going there when Chambers got the ult out. Look, they're playing games now. They're playing games with ARN, and now they're finally going to rotate off just to give them a little bit of a scare. But once again, you could see UOC trying to corral towards window over towards B site. There is no one there in Main Street. Right now, the mid lane is completely open. If they can rush now, they could take site.
Yeah, and I mean, they can take site, but they're also playing at a huge gun disadvantage, right? Like they have 1 rifle, 2 bulldogs, a guardian, and a marshal. Like B site's probably not the best site to take with those weapons. You would want to take A or C, and Astral knows that. They're overloading those sites right now, knowing that that's where they're going to try and push, and they are lining up, getting ready for a full send on A.
And not only that, but you still have the Empress in play as well, and now Call It Back does get called. They're going for the push. They get 1 trade. Now they are able to solidify another elimination, and all they really have going in their favor is that Empress. The tour de force is still in play, but it's going to be hard when you're trying to retake a site.
Yeah, Spyro just spraying, trying to find somebody. We have ARN up in heaven trying to give some overwatch here. They spot 1, spot a second. Mystic Mac needs to swing this one and try and get that win, but they have 1 in hell, 1 in sewers, and this is a dangerous, dangerous spot.
They got to swing. They got to swing this Phoenix right here in the corner, and ARN gets eliminated. Hold on. We are going into overtime.
Yeah, what a huge, huge swing coming out there from UOC. The Phoenix was dead to rights and aesthetic, knowing that he needed to peak at the same time, does just that with Crazy Bum, able to get the kill, and a huge kill from Egg in the Sky on ARN up in heaven. And that forces overtime here in map number 2, trying to force map number 3.
What are these like near thrifty rounds? We saw one come from Astral United, and now with literally the bottom of the bag kit coming out from UOC, they managed to push this one into OT. I don't know how they managed to do this, but both teams clearly capable of working and doing a lot with a little.
Yeah, and I almost feel like in this situation, it favors UOC with full buys across the board, knowing what each other's econ is. UOC's been able to win these rounds, even going back to the last map. They've been able to win these, and right now up 1, getting that early pick there on Spyro, who just hasn't been able to find their groove this game.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think maybe they should have stuck with the KJ, you know, seeing how well they did on Ascent with that pick. But now you can see, look at this. Look at the KO playing Cubby there and C long. And meanwhile, the Spike still taking, I think, a little bit too much time. Is once again, it looks as though they're going to try and go through Garage. Here comes the Leer from Mystic Mac. And now here comes the push. And they're already being shot down. That was a good Steam Beacon regardless. As they try and get on site. And they managed to get on, but not without trading.
Yeah, but they were able to take Egg in the Sky off the field here. Yeah, Crazy Bum still up, but Mystic Mac, Syrup Slurper, and ARN alive for Astral United. And you got to figure, even though it's a 3v4, that gives them a fighting chance. But Syrup Slurper doesn't know Gaslighter sitting in the smoke. Is trying to slow play this one, see if he's going to pop out. Jort's there. Jort's going to be pushing through. Syrup Slurper gets the kill. Huge trades, 2v2. Spike's still down. Nice kill coming out from Crazy Bum to get the 3-piece. And first round's going to go to University of Calgary, putting them up 13-12 and on to map point.
Crazy Bum just saved the entire round. That was, again, we talk about clutch plays. That was the clutch play. Like, that was such a mean push coming from Garage. As soon as they were able to get 2 peaks and they were able to get a huge advantage, but it was that flank coming from Crazy Bum. Oh my word. And now they are just 1 game away from taking the dub here on Haven.
Yeah, on attacker side too, where they'd been so deadly. I mean, they ended up taking what, 8 rounds out of the possible 12 on attacker side. So huge play from them. And you have to figure that Astral's going to throw everything they have at them on defense to try and get a stop here as Jort pushes up. Wasn't able to scan ARN. Syrup Slurper, nice kill there on Aesthetic, but Egg in the Sky trading him out. And now it's a 4v4, minute 15 to go here. Both kind of slow playing, seeing if they can get some type of advantage.
It's just so nutty to me that they're playing so far up, and you know, the best that they were able to get out of it was a trade. Don't get me wrong, it was a great shot, but at the same time, you lost, you lost quite arguably not your best player, but still one of the best. And not to mention that Syrup Slurper has been doing a fantastic job with Brimstone. 14 assists on the board, and now they're off the map.
Yeah, and all is util gone. That's the big thing, is Crazy Bum pushing up on this one. He's going to get picked off by Mystic. Mystic's caught in a crossfire there. Egg in the Sky able to trade out, going for the plant here. Jort is going to be able to get that one down. Nice wall coming out from Gaslighter to shut off Garage as Jort shoots out that shock dart, not able to find anybody. Egg in the Sky going to shut it down and also throw down his smoke. Mafino, good kill. 3v2. Mafino almost flashes himself. Nice little pop flash, gets one. Gaslighter, last one alive, is going to be stuck in Cubby here as ARN and Spyro. Oh, trying to get the kill. Almost Gaslighter is able to clutch that one up as they peek their 1 at a time.
Today, I'm afraid.
I got so nervous for Astral just now. Whenever Gaslighter is the last player standing, you know you're in danger. I just want to throw that out there. And they nearly clutched it again. By the way, literally, you put that aim down, baby, a pixel down and to the right, and that's a headshot. Game over.
Yeah, and that's why I was so surprised that they decided, they knew where she was. They knew she was on C long, and they decided to peek her 1 at a time. And luckily for Astral, he was able to pull off of the defuse enough to get the kill there. But like you said, Gaslighter in those situations, extremely dangerous. And I'm really surprised that they were able to get that one, as it looked like Gaslighter was going to be able to come away with that huge win for them.
Nice. See, I like this. They're full sending A. They're not wasting any time. They are going straight for sight right now. And I think this is a fantastic play. Now it's just going to be about getting that first pick. If they can land the first pick, it's going to be a huge advantage. But they got 2 players flanking right now from UOC. Somebody has got to watch flank, and the spike does go down. But now, who is peeking flank? There's no one watching behind.
Yeah, and there we go. Syrup Slurper, nice first kill on Crazy Bum. Able to pick him up. Another one coming down through sewers as Egg in the Sky trying to get the peak. Spyro's gonna be caught looking the other way. Good kill from Egg in the Sky. Syrup Slurper has to know they're there. Jort getting 2. It's now a 2v2, but Spike's down. Jort with the 3-piece. Reyna's gonna be caught in a spot by themselves. Rotating out here. Here's Egg in the Sky, can't get the kill. Just playing ring around the rosy, but not able to do anything with it. And Egg in the Sky gonna be able to get the defuse. He has just enough time with the 1.5 left.
Now, you see, this just might be in my opinion, but I feel like Astral United, they spent too much time on site after the spike was planted. And you know, they were watching the flank and then they let it go. They were watching the flank and then they immediately let go. And that's where they lost not 1, but 2 players back to back. Somebody had to go and cover spike. And then Syrup, they managed to get it done. They were able to watch the flank, but it wasn't over. It had not been finished yet. So now we are continuing to move on here, as it has been now 28 rounds here on Haven.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't even blame them for pulling off on that, right? Like, you never expect 2 people to be coming through flank. 1, yes. A second one, absolutely not. And if there would have been a third one there, I mean, that would have just been mega brain, right? And so for Astral, you can't blame them for getting that one and thinking they're safe and clear. Yes, you should probably still leave someone on flank, but in all honesty, I think most people would have made that mistake.
I mean, that's all fair, but at the same time, you just had too many people on Spike. At that point, I think you should fall back, wait for the audio cue, and now you can see Spyro being able to pick up the elimination there, and only 2 players remain from the side of UOC. They go for the swing, Spyro gets another, and now finally a flawless victory coming from the side of Astral United. We'll tie us up at 14 apiece. Will this game ever end, Tank?
Why is defense winning?
That is a good question.
Right? Like, oh, it's an offensive sided map. Now it's not a ton, but it's enough where it makes a difference. And yet here we are in overtime, and defense is just reigning supreme. And if it almost feels like who's ever able to get that first offensive sided win is going to be the one that takes this map down. And for Astral, maybe Buffino can't get the kill there. Crazy Bum gets pushed all the way up, and there's no one there to trade out.
You see, that's the thing. If you're gonna go for that early peak on C long, you gotta swing. You gotta put at least 2. Otherwise, you're not gonna get anything. And that's what happened. They just lost Muffino easily.
Right, and they had a second there. ARN, nice kill on Gaslighter, who is trying to be a sneaky one. Not able to get the kill. Mystic Mac was almost fully into B site, ends up pulling off here. And we're gonna have another lurk coming through C long here with Egg in the sky trying to cheat up, but they have full A site control.
Yeah, and now this is where they need to learn from past mistakes. Get the spike down, GTFO, and wait for the audio cue. Right now, you still have 1 player flanking, going way long, going for a deep flank. You see Egg in the Sky, who has been a thorn in the side of this team all game long. Egg in the Sky, once again, coming in clutch for UOC.
Yeah, and then Crazy Bum and Aesthetic getting the kill. Spyro finds 1, can't find the second. And another defensive win.
And I'm not surprised. Once again, they stayed on site. They stayed on top of the spike. Go for A long. That's where you're getting flanked at. That's where you're losing. And we've seen it time and time again. And once again, they tried staying on spike. They need to get off site and wait for the audio cue. You don't have to be there. Again, what do I know? I'm nobody. But regardless, I just see the matches play out. And that's the second time that they were on site on A and they got gunned down.
Well, yeah, and I mean, each time that Astral's been able to plant A, they stay in close proximity to the bomb. So, I mean, in all honesty, Egg in the Sky wasn't even going to clear A long because no one had been sitting there. If you would have had anybody literally watching that angle, they could have gotten a free pick on him as he was trying to push down into sewer. And you take that round, and then you're on match point rather than giving it back to UOC on the attacker side of Haven. And they're just going to rush A like they normally do.
Yeah, I was about to say, at this point, you should just like quad stack A. I think that might actually be the best option at this point. You can see the peak coming from around, but the swing from Muffino is able to get 1. Now they get 2. Can't get the third. As it will be a 4v3 now, a 3v3. Jort coming in clutch. Tries to throw out the drone, but they will get picked off from the side. And now only Egg in the Sky will remain, but they do get the spike.
Yeah, and another huge defensive stand there. If you're Egg in the Sky, I was going to say, just hide in the corner, wait. You know they're going to be rotating out, but you need to leave 1 here on A. I would probably say hang out in Heaven or in Hell, because that's where Egg in the Sky would least probably expect you to be. He's going to tuck right into that corner right here by sewer.
30 seconds
Egg in the Sky pushing up. He's going to clear that first one. He's not going to clear that one, and ARN gets us another defensive win.
You gotta check your corners, mate. What happened there? You went bonkers in the noggin. You gotta check your corners, bruv. I'm sorry. Horrible voice. So I'm just having some fun. You know, we've been here for so long. You know, you can only last so long before your mind starts to go. And I can only imagine how these players are feeling now, going 30 rounds on Haven. 30. That is a very dirty 30. This is the longest I think I've ever casted a single round, single game of Valorant. This is insane.
Man, I almost feel like this is, what was it? G2 Empire back in like R6 season like 8 or 9, where they ended up going like 40 rounds before it was finished. But it's really going to come down to who can take offense first, who can take attack and get the win. They get the spike down quick, but here they are again, just staying on site.
Yeah,
they aren't dropping off. They aren't doing anything. Syrup Slurper is getting popped through the wall, but just standing there and just egoing it, waiting for something to happen. Throws down the smoke, getting plenty of time here. They're just trying to kill time now. As we have one coming through garage. Aesthetic. Gonna try and clear that close corner. Mystic, nice kill. Pyro. There's Pyro, huge kill. Syrup gets one. And Astral United able to string together back-to-back rounds and get that elusive attacker round win.
Now hang on, we have seen them take the attacker round. This is what happened on match point. They did the same thing.
It's true.
And then they threw the defender round. So I'm not counting anything out just yet. This is their map to win. It's their pick. They're up in overtime. You know, and they're on defense. This is where they've been playing their best. This should, within all rights, be their win. But if they try and push and play offense on defense like they did previously, they're going to fall. And AOC is going to be able to capitalize because they have been so good at punishing the side of Astral.
Yeah, and I think this round's going to come down to ARN and Gaslighter, right? The two bottom frags who have been coming in so clutch as everyone's in garage right now. They didn't clear Mystic Man, who's just waiting. Flash coming out, Crazy Bum trying to find one. He's gonna be able to get it, but Mystic Man trades out Jort. Spikes down. ARN slow playing this one is gonna get the wall down. They're able to grab Spike. They are planting. Crazy Bum's gonna be planting for C-Long. Gaslighter's there is gonna throw down the slow, and they have full control in this 3v3 situation. And they're all just sitting garage and CT. No one C-Long. And it's a 1v2 here. And it all comes down to Mafino, and Egg in the sky gets the kill and going to 33.
What happened? You know what? We saw it again. You didn't check your corner. 2 back-to-back offensive wins, and you didn't check your corner. Like, you swung, and it was a good swing. At that point, that's when you have the communication with your team. You go right, I go left. You look to the right, I'm gonna look at the left. You can't leave a corner unchecked, because then that's what's gonna happen. You're able to get the trade, but you get the trade 2 for the price of 1. You're able to get 1 elimination, they got 2. Now, once again, we are heading into yet another round of overtime.
Yeah, and it's anybody's game right now, and I think the reason why we're in such a stalemate, and I personally have always wanted to change to these win by 2 overtimes, is a simple fact that no one is really getting an ult, right? So no one can get that step ahead and take an advantage to try and close it out. And I mean, it's just playing well for both. But look, we're gonna get another plant from Astral. They're gonna be playing retake again. They're watching flank. They're gonna be seeing Egg in the sky push through, who has been the thorn in their side the entire time. Drones coming out. No one's able to clear Mystic. Mystic can't get the kill. It's gonna be traded out. It's 3v3. Spike is still down. No one knows Gaslighter's there. Gaslighter trying to get the kill. Nice kill coming out from Astral United. And we are in the same boat we've been in time and time again.
Except now offense is all of a sudden winning.
I know, right? Like,
that is 3 offensive wins in a row.
This is insane. This is absolutely insane, but it shows how good both these teams are. And correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't UOC have a timeout still?
Yeah, pretty sure they do. But I don't even think they need it. Like, come on. They've been literally going tit for tat, toe to toe with Astral.
Teleport's ready.
I think they know what their game plan is at this point, and you can see they're heading towards mid. They're gonna push the B lane. Not the worst play I've seen. This is the first time that we're seeing a B push, but at this point, you know where they are. You have the intel. The rest of Astral have got to get here now.
Oh no, Mystic Matt goes down, who has been the crutch for Astral United here as they're trying to find people. Crazy Bum not gonna get the flash out of the smoke. Oh no, awkward shock dart coming out, and ARN just mowing everybody down.
Remaining.
But remember who that last person alive is. That's Gas. If
And the plant's down. They just need to play for Spike.
If there's anyone to clutch it, it would have been them, but no, it's finally over after, how many was it? 34 rounds. After 34 rounds, Astral United
Defenders win.
finally take Haven and take the series.
What a series, man. Good gracious. That was back and forth. Honestly, not gonna lie, never thought that was going to end. With how well the two were playing, I just felt like we were gonna be trading rounds until Friday.
It really did feel that way. And honestly, I hold every single player here responsible for making me work this hard. And, you know, their job is way harder than mine.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there right now. But still, we normally don't have to work this hard. But regardless, I got to give credit again to Mafino. You know what? I've been boasting them all night. KO, an absolute savage initiator. And look how Mafino did. 35 eliminations, 15 assists. That right there, Mafino, in my opinion, the perfect KO.
Yeah, I mean, you have your plus 12 on your KD, you have the 15 assists, so I mean, every 2 assists counts as a kill, right? So you're really like 42 and 23, but I mean, Mafino was really the difference maker going into overtime there. He was able to keep his team close, but a couple of huge plays down the stretch, and I think, in all honesty, I think that attacking round for UOC came down to fatigue. They were trying multiple things to get those wins, and they wanted to switch it up and just throw a different strategy and just rush B. They get the plant down, trying to play for it. And they had a chance at a couple kills, but they weren't able to control their recoil. And I mean, the big one was Spyro getting the double kill, pushing out towards Garage after he shoots out his recon and is trying to get his gun out, and he has 2 players aimed at him and neither of them could get the kill.
I honestly I'm out of words because we've been casting for so long that, you know, I'm starting to run out of things to say. But in all honesty, I don't even know if it should have went that way, because they peaked, they swung 2. They sent 2 out of Garage, and like you said, the boat was out for Spyro. But they did have 1 player coming from Garage. They were coming from window. And I guess that might have thrown them off a little bit. But I don't know if maybe it was the panic jumping or the panic movement, the dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge that Spyro did to avoid the danger. But that was the difference maker. That was the play.
Yeah, and it was really well played by both teams. I was kind of sad to see it end, because maybe we were gonna set a new record, but at the same point, like, really, really well played. And I mean, we could have been sitting in breeze with how well both were playing, but huge GGs to Astral United coming away with that win in the 2-0, which, I mean, let's be honest, that is far from any sweep that you will ever see on a stat line. But I mean, at Soka, it has been a wonderful night. I want to give one last huge shout out to Arrive.gg and Tarek, who was in here with us earlier talking about their wonderful free service. Use !Arrive in the chat. Go check them out to help reduce lag in League of Legends, working on Valorant and a few other games in a lot of areas, and having success for a lot of people. So if you have those issues while you're playing League or even any game, go check them out. Become part of that network, help grow so all gamers can get on that equal level there. And as always, a huge shout out to League OS for putting this on and giving us all these wonderful overlays and give us the opportunity to bring you this great gameplay. To Musa in the background, you are my favorite producer that I just love to hate. You are fantastic, sir. As always, it has been a pleasure. Cookies for putting on Cookies League and being here. And at Soka, it has been a pleasure, man. Thank you so much for joining me in the booth. And hey, tell everyone in chat where they can go check you out, where they can find you on socials and on stream and everywhere else.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Captain@Soka to keep up with all the things I do in the esports community. I do a lot. I try to keep busy. And also, you might be able to see me here sometime in the future on Cookies League. Who knows?
Yeah, be sure to go check him out on all the socials. Once again, I have been your host for the evening, Tankert. Again, thank you, Arrive.gg, for being an awesome sponsor and everything that you are doing. Tarek, you are an amazing special guest at Soka. It was a pleasure having you in the booth. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. We will see you back for the next tournament here shortly. All you beautiful people, stay classy out there, and we will see you guys later.